From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update. Your weekend weather update is made possible by Caltrans District 2.
Hey folks, good afternoon. Hope you had a nice weekend so far. 22,000 miles up, taking a look at the satellite, you can still kind of see that ridge of high pressure being the dominant force of the forecast here through today, but I think it's going to start weakening over the next several days, and that's why we're cooling off just a little bit here over the next week or so. Now through today, we're doing fantastic. We have kind of a sharp northerly wind, so fire danger, especially here in the valley, probably from, I'd say, Lakehead down to Red Bluff, is a little bit elevated. It's not something we're freaking out about, but if you have outdoor plans, stuff that might spark, do keep that in mind because it is dry out there, right? Now, as we head through today, we continue with these really nice conditions out there. That rain layer is going to build back up a little bit as we head through tonight and into tomorrow especially. But tomorrow is really very similar to today. Fire conditions a little bit lower than they are already, which is still not huge, but it is still something to consider. And another nice Sunday in store for us. And we kind of hold these nice conditions out into the extended term as well, with those temperatures starting to go down just a little bit here. Not enough to make a huge difference at first, but then we start getting back to average and even below average temperatures here as that high pressure ridge really kind of starts to deteriorate, right? See, say that 5 times fast. Now we start to get this cooler air off to our north. That's going to start sagging south just a little bit here. So in the extended term, that's why we're cooling off a little bit and maybe even getting a little more precipitation in the extended term 7 to 10 days out here as well. But notice we're right there on the precipice here with that cooler air off to the north, high pressure off to the south. But ultimately, that cooler air, it's going to win out, right? So as we head towards Friday, Saturday, that's whenever we really start to see those temperatures heading downwards towards average, then below average temperatures there out towards the end of the week and into next weekend. But even still, I don't think there's going to be much in the way of rain associated with it, so I think we have some nice conditions to look forward to there. Now with those sharp winds that I was just talking about earlier, increasing the fire danger out in portions of the valley and some of those lower elevations, we also have some pretty rambunctious wave heights out there. We're 10 to 12 feet, pretty much right along the coast, so we're definitely in small craft advisory territory there. Now we do settle down just a little bit as we head through tonight, but we're going to be right back up into the 10 to 12 foot range here for this time tomorrow and into tomorrow evening, so we're not seeing much in the way of improvement there, so be sure to keep that in mind. Here's your forecast highs for today. On the coast, we're talking upper 60s, even areas of 70s there, but head a little further inland, you got those 80s, and of course through the valley, those lower 90s here for today. Out there towards Doyle, Susanville, Chester, and Quincy, you're going to be in the upper 70s and lower 80s there with dry conditions out there with clear skies throughout the day. And I really think we're going to stay dry and clear for pretty much the foreseeable future, right? But this is kind of a good example of that cool down, right? So again, across the area, Trinity County today, we're going to be there in the 70s here, but check it out there as we get down through the 70s, down through the 60s here as we head towards that end of the week time frame and into next weekend. On the coast, of course, even out here, you can kind of see that cooling trend. Of course, it's not quite as pronounced, right, as is typical here. You got those lower 60s and then upper 50s taken back over out there. Up here towards Del Norte County and portions further inland, though, you can kind of see that as well. Check out those upper 70s turning into upper to mid 60s as we head towards Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Siskiyou County, we're going to be consistently in the lower 70s, perhaps mid 70s out here. Head a little further east, though, from Doris down to Tennant, you probably get in the mid 60s. But we're going to be in the mid-60s, maybe even getting back down to the 50s by the end of the weekend into next weekend with that cool snap coming back in here. Out towards Modoc County, Alturas, we're going to be in the upper 60s, lower 70s, but we'll be back to the lower 60s by Thursday and Friday. So again, you can kind of see that trend building across the area. Out towards the eastern mountains in Plumas County, widespread upper 70s, probably near 80 here in Quincy, up to Greenville, but check it out there with those 70s turning into 60s, maybe turning into 50s here over the next several days. Of course, as is usual, I say this every time as we're wrapping up here through the valley, that's where you see those most pronounced trends, right? So widespread 50s here, or widespread 80s here, turning into some maybe 70s by the end of the week there. Notice those 80s really hanging in there just barely by Saturday. So not doing too bad through tomorrow, right? We're going to be in the 85, 86, 87 range, but I think its days are numbered here as we head over the next 7 to 10 days. From Lakehead down to Red Bluff here, you can kind of see that trend even more pronounced there towards Friday, towards Saturday, staying in the 80s for now, cooling off, staying mostly dry, but maybe picking up some clouds and cooler temperatures here in the extended term. Have a nice day out there, folks. I think it's going to be a good one out there. Again, just keep in mind if you have any sparks out there in the valley, be sure to use them diligently. Don't be too reckless because there's a little bit of fire danger out there. But besides that, we have a nice day in store.